Hey everyone, Mike here, and if you've been following my channel, you'll know that I've been working on a 2.4 liter turbo build for my Sky, and it's been a little bit of time since I've updated. The whole coronavirus thing's kind of put a little bit of stuff on hold, but we are getting ever so close to being finally finished with this thing. All of the hardware and everything is done as far as the turbo is concerned. The pipes, the vacuums, and even the gauges are all finished, as you saw in some of the previous videos. So all of that's done. Basically what I was waiting for was to finish up on the tune, and I have a guy that has been doing it, working with me on the tune. We're actually on, I've done some actual tune logs and stuff already, but we're probably on, I think, number 8 as far as the tune that we're working on. That's the 8th revision. This guy is definitely paying attention to details, making sure we're doing it nice and slow and nothing gets messed up. So now we're kind of working on a little bit of the turbo. I have a manual controller for the turbo boost, and I have it set I think 5 or 6 clicks or something like that. So I can't remember as far as how the what we have the setting. Actually, I think it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 clicks away from like no boost. So we're just going to slowly ramp that up. I think right now we're at about 7 pounds of boost. I want to get that up to about 8 or 9, maybe even 10 possibly. I really don't want it to be too crazy because I want it to be safe. I certainly don't want to blow the engine, but I do want to get as much power out of it as I can, as safely as I can. So what I want to do is kind of show you what goes on with the tune. The guy's actually in Canada. I'm here down here in Nashville, Tennessee. He's up in Canada, and we're doing what's called remote tuning, and it's really cool. It's very easy. Basically, I have the laptop and the HP tuners hooked up. He sends me a tune. I load it into the ECU. Then I go and I drive around and do, he tells me what to do as far as driving, the type of driving he's looking for. And then I go out and I do it, and then I send him the log. I email him the actual data log. He looks at it and sends me another tune. So like I said, we're on a revision, I think it's either 8 or 9. So we've been doing this for a few days, and hopefully we're getting very, very close to being finished. So let me go ahead and show you, kind of what it takes a little bit, not super details, but a little bit of what it takes to load the computer, or load the tune into the ECU, and then start doing a data log. Okay, if you're doing a tune, basically you're going to want a HP tuners box here. This one's actually the MPV1. They have a newer version, MPV2, but it pretty much hooks up into your OBD2 connection right there, and it has a USB cable that goes over into your laptop, whatever you use. Actually, I believe a Surface, a Microsoft Surface or a Dell Surface or something like that. But what you want to do is, he already gave me the tune, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start HP Tuners editor, and it should start up here in a second. Hopefully I touched it. There we go. Alright, and it's actually going to load in the last tune that I did, which is not really what we want. We're going to be loading a new one in a second here. Alright, now that that's done, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close the one that's in there now, because that's not what we want. And I'm going to go and open up the latest one, which is on the desktop. Here we go, this top one here. And hit open. And hopefully it read it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just hit the ignition, just turn on 2 clicks. So you're not really starting the car, you're just kind of hitting it there. And now I just go up to flash up here. I know this isn't really an instructional video, just kind of showing what we're doing. Right video, and you come down and hit right, and hopefully if the connection works, it'll read it, and there it goes. So it's actually going in and it's reading everything, and it's going to erase what was already there, and then go and write the new one. So once that's done doing its thing, the car is going to make kind of not turn off, but make clicking noises and kind of resetting itself. There you go, about 25 seconds left for that. Here's my gauges here. If you didn't see them, this is actually my boost gauge, and down here the real important one is the air-fuel ratio, and it's a wide band air-fuel ratio. That's what you need for the 2.4 engine, at least, because it does not have that information in the ECU. So so that's very important to have whenever you're tuning these things. So we're just about done, and there's the dinging, and go ahead and hit close here. Now we got the new tune set up, And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this off just for a second, and we don't need the reader now. What we're going to use is the scanner next, but I'm going to go to a different location to start the scanner, and I'll show you me doing that. Okay, I'm back in a different parking lot, a little bit closer to where I need to be to do my run. And so right now I'm going to go and start get the program started for actually doing the data logging, and that is using the scanner. And I already have set up the guy that's helped me tune. He had his own special configuration for what he wanted me to scan, so he already gave that to me, showed me how to load that in there, which was nice. So I got that loaded in, and what I need to do now, back to like I did before, go and just kind of turn the car on. Actually, I turn my auto lights off. Turn the car on, get it going there, and I'm going to go and connect this little up there, see if it connects. And I'm thinking it did, so let me go ahead and start it. And once I hit this little red record button up here, there we go. You're going to start seeing some numbers doing some stuff there. You're going to start seeing a graph down here doing some stuff right there. And we are now recording for the data log. Alright, so I am leaving to get to where I really need to do a data log. And what we need to do on this one is actually some full throttle pulls, because we're going to see what the boost is doing, and obviously messing around with that air fuel ratio as well. So there's 2 highway on-ramps that I'm going to go and get on, and hopefully no one's going to be behind me or worse, in front of me to slow me down. So once I get to those 2 things, or those 2 on-ramps, I'm going to be able to go ahead and launch this thing, and hopefully we do some good boost and some good air fuel ratio and a whole lot of fun. Alright, 2 more lights to go, and like I said, hopefully no one's going to be in front of me on the on-ramp. And what I'll do, if I see someone that's going to want to do that, I am going to slow down to hopefully give myself some distance between me and them, so I can get some good full throttle pulls, or wide open throttles, whatever you want to call it. And I really want to get this tune all completed, because supposedly, if everything goes right, we're supposed to have an autocross next Sunday. So as long as nothing changes and everything's good, I'll finally be able to get out there, and it'll be the first one of the year, which is kind of rough, but it'll be the first one with my turbo too, so that'll be a lot of fun. Of course, I got 2 people, I got 3 people in front of me, son of a gun. Alright, I'm just going to slow down. Hopefully the guy behind me doesn't come over. Oh, I got somebody else though. Well, luckily the other on-ramp is going to be fine, so let me get it down in a second. And I got a guy behind me. Let's see if I can get something going on here. So basically, I was up to about 5 in second gear for the boost, and then only like 6.1 or something in the third gear. So we'll see whenever I start from a total stop at the next on-ramp, how much better I can do. Alright, so coming up to the off-ramp, and I'm just going to circle around and go back onto the on-ramp, and hopefully there won't be anybody in front of me or behind me, and I can kind of start in first gear. I doubt if I'm going to be able to start at a complete stop, but alright, got a car coming towards me. Hopefully he's not going on the on-ramp. Keep going straight there, buddy. Oh, he's turning. Well, I think I'm going to be far enough behind him. I'm kind of waiting. Thankfully, there's no one behind me either, so this is going to be good. Good. Alright, unfortunately, we've got kind of a turn up here, so it's kind of... Alright, starting here, and away we go. Oh, I missed a gear. Well, I gotta tell you, even though I missed a gear and I started off slow, I hit 80 miles an hour pretty freaking quick in Mexico, because that's where I'm doing all of my testing here is in Mexico. But I only hit like 5.2 or 5.3 or something like that with my boost, which is not cool. It almost seems like it's less than it was before, and I even changed that little knob, so I'm wondering for something going on with the boost controller that's not as accurate, or it's not doing its thing. It's almost like it's opposite. Whenever I was adding more boost, it was actually taking some away, which makes no sense. So what I might do is stop at one of the exits and just do a test for turning it all the way to where it says off and see what happens there. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I won't. Alright, so here we have the boost controller, and I actually have it 8 clicks towards the plus right here. So I'm going to go back to 0 and just put a couple on there. Now it shouldn't work that way, and I don't think it will, but just for fun, I'm going to see if that does anything with the boost. It should give me less boost than what I had. So just wanted to make sure it's working right, and take it for another run. Alright, so let's see what's going to happen with an adjustment to that boost controller. Looks like I'm going to be first in line for this on-ramp again. And let's see what kind of boost I can get. It's actually worse. It went down to 4 something. So obviously I got to turn that knob a little bit more towards the positive to get more boost, which I just want to make sure, because I've never really messed with one of those boost controllers before, so I wasn't sure what negative and positive meant. I assumed positive meant more boost and negative meant less boost, or it could have meant positive kind of opens it up and lets more, boost out. I don't know. But anyway, it does look like it hit the positive, hit the plus, and it gets more boost. I just haven't cranked it down enough to be where I want to be. So it went from 5, now I'm down to 4. So I'll go back, and probably tomorrow I'll do another run. It's going to get dark, and the weather is starting to look nasty, so I don't want to be dealing with this mess. Alright, so there you have it. That pretty much shows you what it takes to do a remote tune on your car, and I probably expect a couple more tweaks to the tune before we're completely done. And obviously got to get that turbo boost controller set at the proper amount, so I get my 8 to 9, maybe even 10 pounds of boost on there. So pretty excited. This thing's going to be pretty amazing when it's done, and I look forward to being done with it, actually. If you like this video, hopefully you did, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. If you want notified anytime I come out with new videos, smash that little bell thingy there that'll tell you anytime I come up with something new. Be sure to check out mikeshouseofmods.com. We got some pretty cool apparel, t-shirts, mugs, hats, those types of things for the automotive enthusiast. And that pretty much wraps up the end of this video, and I'll see you in the next one.